Hey guys, this is Jason with Long Bottom Farm. We're doing another video. Wanted to show you guys how we feed cattle in the winter. We had a question from one of our customers who's also planning on starting a small farm. What was the easiest way to do that? And again, this is what works for us. There's many ways to do it depending on if you have a tractor, Gator, you can do square bales if you don't have any of that. So this is just what we do, what works for us. Everybody has a different context, so what works for us may not work for you, but figure we show you what we do and how we do it. We bought the Greg Judy Bale and Roller about 4 years ago. It's been a great addition to our farm. The great thing about this Unroller is that it's so easy to use. You hook it up to a ball hitch and that's it. My wife can do it, so when I'm not here or if I'm doing something else, she can take care of it. My daughters, again, will help. And so it really makes life easier for us knowing that we can all kind of take turns doing it if we need to. It just makes the farm much more efficient. When we first started doing hay, we had a tractor, so we were able to move round bales. We had someone come to the farm during the summer and fall and bale hay for us on some adjacent properties, and then we would haul the hay back over here, use the tractor, pick the bales up, and essentially just put them in different spots around the farm. That worked okay. Not a lot of labor involved. You pick it up, drop it, take the netting off, and cows go right at it. Downside is that we had these huge muddy areas around where we would put the bale because of so much foot traffic with the cattle. We found that it also wasted a lot of hay. There would end up being just a huge mound that they would pee and poop in, different things, and then they don't eat it. So we started unrolling bales our second year. And when I say unrolling bales, I mean by hand. We would set them down on their side, hopefully on a hill somewhere that was easy to unroll, and then Lexi and I would literally push them, and that's how we would unroll them. These bales weigh about 600 to 700 pounds, so not light. And my back would remind me of that every time Lexi and I tried to push one down a hill when we were doing it by hand. That worked all for about a year and got tired of that real quick. So then we bought the Greg Judy Bale and Roller, and it's been great. We've had it now for 3 or 4 years, and essentially it's a trailer that goes on the back. We can do it with the tractor, but we can also put it on the Gator, which is great for the pastures because it leaves a lighter footprint, doesn't tear up the pastures. The tractor, if you get that thing in there when it's muddy or when it's rained or when the ground's boggy, it just makes a mess. And obviously feeding hay, you're in there every day. So this has been just a great addition. But essentially it's a trailer hooked to the back of the Gator. We'll set our bales up with the tractor, usually for about 2 weeks worth at a time. And essentially you just pull in, back up to it. There's some spikes on each side. You push the spikes into the hay. Depending on how tight the bales are, they can be challenging sometimes. So we found that a post pounder actually works great when you got a real tight bale or have trouble getting the spike in. But other than that, put the spikes in, hook the chains, and essentially you wind it up and it's ready to go. Great thing about this is, again, we can take it anywhere pretty much on our farm. We can even get it on hills that would be muddy or a little concerning with a tractor. With using the Gator, you've got a much lower center of gravity. It's just great. It also actually helps our pastures somewhat in that we're spreading hay all around the pastures rather than having it just clumped in a big area. And the cattle eat a lot of it. They'll leave some as well. They'll fertilize it, and essentially, we've got some great hay, so we're essentially seeding our pastures while feeding our cattle at the same time. So it's kind of a win-win. You'll notice my daughter driving some. She's 8, and she's been driving this Gator since she's about 6. Obviously, I'm with her, but she can handle this thing pretty well. So she'll go with me to do chores, helps open gates. Sometimes I'll let her drive and I'll open the gates. She's awesome. It's really fun to be able to do this with your kids, and also teaching them skills that are going to be useful when they grow up, not just opening gates and farming, but just working together as a team. Sometimes with managing the animals, it takes 2 people depending on where they're at and where we're putting the hay. And I know with her that I can actually, both of my daughters, a 8 and a 9-year-old, that I can count on them when we're doing this. They love doing it. And like I said, these are skills that they'll definitely take with them when they get older. So they love doing it. We actually pay them for farm chores. If any of you guys are starting a farm, don't make your kids do farm work. let them do it, offer to pay them. Quickest way to make them hate a farm is to make them do work. So they have chores and stuff they have to do in the house, but the farm work is all optional. They get paid, and they like it. Gives them a chance to make some money, and it really does help me. A lot of these jobs, you know, just opening gates, different things like that, when you have an extra person around, it is super helpful. So you'll see her driving around some, helping Dad with some of the chores. So just wanted to give y'all a little insight on how we feed our cattle during the winter. We usually feed hay until about the second week of April, and then they're back to the pastures. And then at that point, typically they'll be on pasture for usually till mid-November. We've been able to push it to December occasionally, just depending on what our head count is, what our stocking density is, and then of course how the year is, you know, what the growth is doing. If you guys have any questions, comment below, or you can reach us at longbottomfarm.com. If you guys would, if you haven't, subscribe to the channel. It kind of helps us get more recognition, gets us out there, and with YouTube's algorithms and such, it just helps bump our videos up a little bit. And then a like and a comment helps as well. So thanks for watching. See you guys soon. All right, bye.